and a very good morning to you all. And I just wanted to do a video response to Kernspecht's Twitter response, whereby he, as usual, does his dirty tricks where he defames people, and like he did with Master Emin Bostepe. Until he was very useful to the organization, he was a highly ranked master. Then when he decided to break out on his own, he belittled his qualifications, and all of a sudden Master Emin Bostepe, who were a person who I admire very much, all of a sudden became belittled and was classified as a lower grade. But up until then, Grandmaster Kernspecht used him for all his publicity, especially for teaching high-profile people, FBI and other high-ranked police forces and military forces. So this is just a typical trick from a person who should be so-called an enlightened person, because his ranking should be a man of a rival. And for a person who's 70 years old to use these dirty old tricks, well, that's just typical of him. As far as my qualifications are concerned, yes, it is very true. When I was in the Kernspecht system, I had surpassed the 3rd level technician, and I was going for 4th. But after going to Sijo Leong Ting, Kernspecht says I did a few hours, but are you really sure that I only did a few hours? I have the receipts of how much I spent and how long I spent, and I spent many hours. And let's not forget some other things. Grandmaster Kernspecht, I was the only person who defended your master when he was in trouble with the legal system. And I was the only person who defended him in the Western world, and I actually did security for him to defend him as well during the tribunal cases. You, sir, did not give a damn, and you did not even bother to help him out. So this is not really showing good respect for your master. Okay. As far as the rest of the system, I have another 20 years prior to that with the Suishun Tin lineage. I have another 3 years prior to your system with an Ipchun lineage as well, and all this can be proven without any problem. And after I left the organization, and after having done many hours with Leong Ting, there are many masters who have left your organization for the same reason I did, and they were quite happy to help me finish off what you would call your system, okay, including the long pole, the wooden dummy, the Bacham Dao application, the Lat Kwan, Chi Kwan, you name it, I did it. And I trained very hard. And on a final point, there is so many things more that I can actually bring out into conversation, but I wrote to you privately, and I certainly do not hide behind my Twitter page where only I'm followed, and therefore I have the right to say what I like because no one else will challenge you. I actually went into your Twitter page, followed you, wrote to you personally, and you never answered. So this shows the world what type of man you are, and you really should be ashamed of yourself. I wrote to you and privately as well in your email, and you never answered as well. As far as my nightclub bouncing is concerned, well, sure, I may not be a self-styled stylist like you say, but at least over 20 years of experience, I do have it. I don't know what experience you've got besides building a powerful organization. I certainly don't have the money to compete with you, and I certainly do not have the time to beat up on all my students around the world, to think only for myself and to think of only improving myself. My aim is to teach my students and to improve them. What's your aim? That's what I would like to know. So that's my answer to your tweet. Anytime you want to write to me, you know my email, and like I said, you want to make this a war and start making public statements, I'm quite happy to do it as well. Alright, so don't play these little tricks. You know, you are a 70-year-old man and you should be a master. So, you know, I've got my Christmas lights behind, even though it's past Christmas. But I wish you a happy new year and hope you grow up a little bit, okay? It's time you should start acting like a master. You did book 500 lessons in Beijing to learn some internal aspects of Kung Fu. So maybe you should utilize that to become a little bit more humble. You did clarify yourself as a man with no ego, but you're certainly not proving it. Okay, have a good day.